Welcome to the studio at African Utility Week in PowerGen Africa. Today I'm speaking with Joao Duarte on the topic of Initiate, Open Africa and a new book. Joao, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with Initiate. The Enel Foundation, Clarion, African Utility Week. Can you explain a little bit more about this?
Yes, absolutely. So we have signed an agreement with Clarion to be the knowledge partner of the Power and Energy series, which includes, of course, the African Utility Week. And we are very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity to share the knowledge that the Enel Foundation is producing on the clean energy transition. Enel Foundation is a knowledge platform for a clean energy world. So what we do is we work on research and we have education projects always focusing on this clean energy transition. So Initiate is one of the areas in which we are collaborating, and it fits very well into our aim to help build a new class of leaders in this clean energy transition in Africa. So we are working with students already in a program that we are managing called Open Africa Power, and Initiate is an opportunity to meet more of these students and engage them in the most, let's say, fantastic challenge of our time, which is to help Africa proceed in the direction of the clean energy transition, leaving no one behind.
Now, you've just come back from some of the deliberations with the judges, and I'm not asking you to give me any secret information on who might win, but what is your impression that you have taken away from the presentations, from the students, from the ideas that they were putting forward?
Yeah, so first of all, Initiate Challenge works in a very interesting way of engaging students to address challenges. So they are here to try and find solutions for concrete problems related with electricity access in the continent. They are students from 4 different universities, from South Africa and Kenya, and they're groups of 4 students combining different backgrounds, and they took the opportunity of attending the event to learn, to listen from the many speakers that are at the event, and to really develop their ideas further. And now we've just listened to their pitch presentations in which they presented their business solutions to address these challenges. And the first thing that I have to underline is that there is a great quality in the work that they've done, and that there is an emerging sense of circular economy approaches. There's an emerging sense that Africa needs to use all of its resources in an integrated way to get the electricity access right. And so I think we were inspired by the presentations of the students, and I'm looking forward to be able to announce the winner in a few minutes.
That brings me on to another question, and that is Open Africa. What is that, and how has Enel, how did the idea come up? How's the Enel Foundation been working with it?
So Open Africa Power is a capacity building project. We started it in 2018. And the first edition took place in Kenya at Strathmore University, who are our partners in this venture. And it's mostly an academic collaboration between African and Italian universities. We have some of the finest universities in Italy, and we are providing African students with a holistic overview of the electricity scenario. So the applications can come from African graduates with a master, MBA or PhD studies, and they need to undergo a thorough selection. So just to give you an idea, for the 2019 edition, which started in Ethiopia in January, is the second edition, we had more than 400 applications from more than 30 different African countries.
Wow.
So we are providing students, highly talented students, interested in the energy transition with a learning opportunity of the state of the art of the sector, as well as the next frontiers, looking at the future. So what they do at the end of the program is that they have built themselves a 360-degree view of all the dimensions that are involved in the clean energy transition, and they return to their countries to be able to work in the public or private sector to support their country's transition. The other interesting thing of this program is that it has a give-back mechanism in by which our alumni engage with training other students and in spreading the word at lower levels on the clean energy transition.
I get the feeling that a lot of what you do in your daily base or daily life is about giving back, about teaching, and you've just been part of another great initiative, which is the book Empowering Africa. Please tell us more about that.
Yes, so we are very happy to present here this book, Empowering Africa, which we have produced in collaboration with an Italian think tank and an African-based think tank. And we invited African and European experts to share their views on how to empower Africa and how to boost electricity access. So this book has been recently published by Peter Lang, an international publisher, and it's available on the internet, but also it's been used by the students here, by the Initiate students, and some of them got their inspiration from the book, and it's also going to be one of the prizes for the winning team.
I think that sounds like an amazing initiative. What's next? What is the next iteration of Open Africa Power? Where are you going to be taking that?
Well, in terms of our partnership with Clarion, we will be, as soon as we close this week, we will be working on extending the outputs of the conference, so the takeaways, the learnings of all the discussions that took place here. We're looking to organize them and write a paper that we can then send around to all our academic partners worldwide, but also to the African universities that we work with, so that we always constantly try to bridge the gap between industry and academia. So that's one of the things we will do. The other, of course, is we will start working on European Utility Week, and we're very excited for the event that is coming up in November. And finally, with regards to Open Africa Power, we will host the best students from the 2019 course in Italy shortly for a 2-week residential module, after which we will then start to think about the 2020 Open Africa Power, which I hope to present here with you next year.
Wonderful. I look forward to that. Thank you so much for making the time to meet with us.
Thanks for having us.
I know that you're on a very tight schedule.
Indeed.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel now for more industry-related content.